Hello everyone, welcome to the presentation, the Corporation and Business Structure Term 2 2020. Today I'm going to talk about the case we are given by the Govini, Lenny and me came for the suggestion of which business structure is suitable for their business. I'm going to talk about 3 different business structure. After that, I will come back to the conclusion which one is suitable for them. First of all, the solo trader is basically the individual who run a business. Actually, there is no specific regulation for the business except some tort and consumer protection law. The owner need to be open an ABN number for the tax purpose, and it has unlimited liability as there is no one to claim. On the other hand, the partnership is basically 2 or more people coming to business with a common view of making the profit is basically partnership, and it can be up to 20 people. And you cannot assemble a new partner, you cannot introduce a new partner, except only you can assign the shares to the other partners. And under section 27 in Partnership Act 1891 Queensland is clearly mentioned that if there is no regulation or guidance discussing regarding the members, you need to follow or the Partnership Act in accordance. And on the other hand, the partners are liable as the partnership does not carry any separate legal entity, and that's the reason the partners are liable for any kind of obligation or debt of the company. But there is a fiduciary relationship among the partners exists. On the other hand, the company has a separate legal entity, and the company basically have all the powers a natural person can hold into the business. For example, issuing the shares, debentures, and also distributing the assets to its shareholders or directors. It's already mentioned in the section 124 subclause 1 in Corporation Act 2001. And also section 198A in Corporation Act mentioned that managers can exercise all the powers of the company if it is not limited by the Constitution or the Corporation Act by anyhow. As it has a separate legal entity, that means it's own all the properties by its own name, and also taking all the liabilities from anyone, because if there is any obligation arrives, the company itself is responsible for that. So in that case, I would recommend to Giovanni, Lenny, and me to go for the partnership business. Would be suitable for because of the cost effectiveness. Partnership can be very cost effective, easy to set up without. You can informally, you can just make a verbal agreement to run the business. You don't need to go for a formal agreement. But in terms of company, you need to fulfill a lot of formalities in that case. On the other hand, the tax advantage, the partnership. Partners pay tax on the basis of their income from the particular business, the marginal tax, not from all others. On the other hand, the company, you need to pay 27.5% of the corporate tax for a small business and 30% for the big corporation. In that case, the exception is sometimes it is, you get more tax advantage when establishing a company rather than a partnership. Separate legal identity, law recognizes a corporation as an independent, because a company's property is not the property of its members or shareholders or directors. Any obligation arise from the corporation is not liable by its director, shareholders, or any of the person itself. The company is liable because the protection given by the Corporation Act 2001. The last but not least is piercing the corporate will is a court verified company investor and director personally liable for any organization activities or debt. Court will generally abstain from piercing the corporate will unless they have any sign of serious misconduct. Courts may also raise the corporate bill when it appears. This is necessary by the law and policy behind the law, where the legislation show the straightforward strategy and the use of corporate structure towards this. Thank you so much, everyone. And this is all about my presentation. Have a great